I'd like to talk to you this evening.
The law of God. The law of God will keep me. The law of God will tell me the Ten Commandments is not there to abuse you. The law of God there is to protect you. The Ten Commandments are there to protect you. It's telling you to love God. The first 4 commandments tell you to love God. The last 6 tell you how to love your brothers and sisters. The law is good.
Yes, it is.
But when you start getting wise, you start realizing that the law is not there to condemn you.
That's right.
But the law is there to assist you. But when you understand that God didn't have to give you any kind of instruction, He could have left you alone to let you kill yourself and let you just get all caught up in sin. But He gave you some laws so that you can better govern your life.
Thank you, Father.
But the good news is that the law is there. But the good thing about it is that we don't live under law. We're under the dispensation of grace. So the law has its points. The law is good, but the problem with the law is that none of us in here can keep it. So if you think you're so holy that you don't need that you can live the law, I dare you to try to do it. Because every time you cross a T, you'll find that you got to dot an I. Every time you miss one thing, you'll find yourself, every time you do one thing, you find yourself missing another thing. You cannot keep the law. The law is hard. The law will keep you in a state of condemnation. And God loving you so much, He says, I know they can't keep it. I gave it to them, but they're having tremendous problems keeping it. I gave them because of the sin nature that dwells down on the inside of them, the selfishness that dwells down on the inside of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enroll myself in human flesh. I'm going to come down in the earth realm. I'm going to live with them. I'm going to show them how to live. I'm going to show them how to love. I'm going to show them how to help one another. I'm going to heal the sick. I'm going to raise the dead. Then I'm gonna, as a lamb goes to the slaughter,
Yes.
I'm gonna lay my life down for their sins. Not that I have sinned. Jesus said, not that I have sinned. He that do no sin became sin, so that you might have a right to the tree of life. So He laid His life down. Gave up His life. So that you can have life. Now, what do we do with this life? Now that we've been justified. Now that we've been justified, do we go around knocking one another down? Now that you wasn't right, but now, okay, you know Jesus now. Now, do you go around looking down your nose on other people? Do you? Because Jesus didn't look down His nose on you. You didn't do everything right, but Jesus still died and justified you. Do you criticize others? Jesus didn't criticize you. Because guess what? He already knew you were messed up. He knew you were messed up, so He don't do it. He knew what He died for. He died for sinners. And He justified sinners. He didn't justify godly folks. They didn't need a physician. He came for those who needed a physician. So now, you've been justified. But then there's another state that we as Christians must go into. After you've been justified, now you're in the state of being sanctified. Sanctification is saying that now I'm in the process. That's why you're called a saint. You're in the state of sanctification. In other words, you're letting go of some things and you're grabbing hold of some things. You're letting go of the things of the world and you're grabbing on the things of God. But guess what? People will discourage you in your process. People will look, okay, now you're saved now. Okay, you're justified now. But why you keep doing this? Why you keep doing that? But you got to let them know I'm in a state of transformation. God is changing me one day at a can get out of your mess. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I can rejoice with you.
Amen.
The sanctification time is the critical time. Because most people will backslide in the sanctification time. You are being sanctified from the moment you give your life to God to the day you die. To the day you die on this earth. That is a critical time. Because that time, that's the time where people will look at your outside stuff. They will say, well, you know, you could do this a little better. You know, you can do that a little better. What do you do? How does it look like? They don't really know your heart. What do you do? How do you fix it? Because maybe God is trying to deliver me from this, but this is here. But I'm working on this. I'm trying to be delivered from this, but God is working on this right now. But then you're going to try to throw this on me too. I can't, it's hard. So what happens is you start becoming unbalanced in the sanctification time. If you listen to people, people will mess you up. People will confuse you because you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And so you find yourself, and then all of a sudden you start feeling the weight of the world on you. You start feeling the weight of religion upon you. And all of a sudden you start walking away from the church because you start blaming it on the church. It's because people are looking at you and they're trying to put more on you. But I come to tell you, don't get focused on people. Don't get focused on places. Don't get focused on things. Focus on Jesus. Get your focus on Jesus. The one who died for you. The one who bled for you. The one who hung for you. The one who rose again for you. Get your focus on Jesus.
Come on. My God. Amen.
People tell you you're not where you should be. You're not where I think you should be. You got to tell them, God is working on me. God is dealing with me. He's helping me in this area. He's helping me in that area. Okay, I don't have that right. And be honest about it. Okay, I'm not strong in that area. That area is whooping me right now. It's not saying that I'm throwing in a towel. It's not saying that I'm giving up. It's not saying that I'm settling for sin. No, it's just saying that I'm working on it. Give me some time. When you look at the parable of the wheat and the tare, the wheat and the tare, they both was out there. The weeds and the wheat. And the servants of the master said, let us go out there and pluck them up. Let's get the weeds out from the wheat. Let us go out. I come to tell you that's a job for Jesus. That's Jesus' job. God said, no, leave them alone. Because you will make the mistake and you will pull up a wheat when you should have pulled up a tare. See, we can't judge one another. We think we can judge, but our